Everyone, I'm Jenny and I blog at the Domestic Wildflower, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit today about canning safety and canning misinformation. So I read a little blog post on the internet today written by someone who will remain nameless, and they made some pretty outrageous claims, and I wanted to address them with you today because I think that the claims that they were making were not uncommon. I've seen other blog posts make these claims and wanted to address them with you. So, one of the claims made in this blog post was that you could disregard the information put forth by the National Center for Food Preservation and can in the oven. So there's this National Center for Food Preservation. So I don't work for them. I don't know anyone who does work for them. I do know that their job is to provide the general public with solid scientific information about food safety. I can't find any reason why they would be biased or what benefit or who would benefit by them giving information that would be bogus or false. So I'm not sure why this blogger would feel compelled to say, like, just don't worry what they say. Don't follow that direction. Don't worry about what they say about temperature, and just go ahead and just do what I say. Just go ahead and can in the oven. This blogger said that the experts at the National Center for Food Preservation say that the temperatures may not be true enough or hot enough. Well, that's because they may not be true enough or hot enough to can in. Hasn't this blogger ever baked anything in their oven and had like one side of their brownies get overly done on this side and then not done on this side? So blogger is arguing in this blog post saying that the National Center for Food Preservation is incorrect, that that the ovens are always perfectly even and always perfectly consistent, and any beginner canner out there can disregard their advice and just can in them willy-nilly. And I am recording this video to refute this bogus advice. Is totally incorrect and completely false advice, because I think it's really a bummer for a brand new canner, someone who's interested in creating more homemade foods, learning how to do more things for themselves at home, for them to get online and read this blog post. I think it's been pinned a bajillion times. And like, what's the National Center for Food Preservation? Why is this blogger saying that they're not right? If they don't know any better, they may take this person's advice, and what may happen is they're going to end up with a busted canning jar with shards of glass in their oven, food that's not preserved, and a horrible experience on their hands, and then they would never want to can again. So I felt really strongly compelled to address these claims made. The other claim made in this blog post was that that this person says, well, I see people baking cakes or baking treats in the oven in mason jars. And that's true. That's another thing that's really hot on Pinterest, is like baking cute little things in mason jars. Well, baking in a glass vessel is very different than canning in it. And I probably don't have to explain to you why. That's a very different thing, right? Trying to create a seal is different than just using the glass dish as a dish. So why that is listed as a reason is beyond me. And then the final point that was made in this blog post says follow my directions and try it and do it at your own risk. If a beginner canner read this, how would they know if it was risky or not? They wouldn't, right? So I encourage all of you out there beginning to just learn about canning or just now learning about creating more homemade foods at home to follow the directions put forth by a trusted, reputable source. Canning is a really amazing thing because it is a science. It's not like a mystery, magical, how does it work? We have no idea. No, it's a science. You don't have to understand it at all. You just have to follow the directions. If you want to learn more about it and understand it, then you can learn the science behind it. But to say the science doesn't matter, just disregard it, is false and misleading and wrong. There's a very good reason why the National Center for Food Preservation says that you can't can in an oven. You can't because there's no way to be sure that the inside of the jars is coming up to the 212 degrees or whatever temperature. I'm not sure what trying to claim this blogger is trying to make, if it's to compare it to water bath canning or pressure canning or what they're trying to compare it to. But there's a very good reason that the National Center for Food Preservation is saying it shouldn't be done or shouldn't be attempted. Because canning is a science. That's why. It's a very clear set of things that have to happen in order for it to work and for it to work safely and effectively. It also matters for a brand new beginner to follow the directions so that it is an enjoyable and successful experience. I know one of the first times I'd made a loaf or tried to make a loaf of bread, I didn't follow the directions very closely, the part where I didn't measure the temperature of the water, and my bread didn't rise because I killed the yeast because I used the hottest water that came out of the tap. Was that an enjoyable experience for me? No. Did I try again right away? No, because it wasn't fun. Following the directions and getting a positive, fun result is pretty important when learning a new skill. So that's another reason why I felt really compelled to jump on and share with you my strong feeling that those out there in the blogging world that say, or on any platform, that say, disregard science, just use your judgment, use your best judgment, your best guess. Or I know people that don't follow that and they're fine. Or whatever claims they make. I encourage you to do your own research, to refer to a reputable source like the National Center for Food Preservation. Refer to your local university's cooperative extension service that usually will have, or pretty often will have, an organization within it that services like nutrition or family food and nutrition for communities or something like that. Don't listen to some bogus garbage on the internet. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I hope to see you on the blog at the Domestic Wildflower.